Hey, 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 good evening, everybody, and welcome to Reach Across Live with Paul Francis, your host. Now,
Hey, good evening, everybody.
right, good. I just wanted to, I've actually got myself
Your host.
on my cell phone.
Good evening, everybody.
I wanted to, I'm actually outside. I've actually started the show outside tonight, and I'm using this here so I can actually see. Well, there you go, there's the camera. I'm using this so I can actually see your comments because the camera is over there, and I was looking at the quality of the camera on Monday night. I did it directly from my little laptop that I use for writing with, and in my opinion, it was crap. Okay, the quality was crap. So for that, I'm going to apologize because, in my opinion, you guys deserve much better than that. Anyway, I wanted to say hi to you guys, and I want to say hi Lisa, welcome to the show. Good to see you, Lynn. It's a great pleasure to have you here, darling. I know what you're going through. We'll have a chat about that in a bit as well. Wacky Jackie, good evening, sweetheart. Good to see you. Lisa Cantu is in the house. Lisa, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Julie Sharp, good evening. Paul, good evening. Jules, good to see you, my darling. Thanks very much for being here. And you guys are in the house already. Make sure that you like straight away. It's really, really important. We have to get the numbers up, guys. We have to get the numbers up through the roof. So it's really important that you do that for me. We have to get them over 1,000 on YouTube, which is in YouTube world is the tip end of a needle. Okay, you have people who are watching the show, different shows, for an example, with hundreds of thousands of millions of viewers. So, guys, listen, we to keep our show going and to keep our show on YouTube and to the quality that we want, it needs to be up over 1,000. So I need you guys to help me out. We're going to talk a little bit about Patreon, of course, but tonight's Reach Across Live, so we're going to talk about doing reads. I've got an idea coming up for Next Level Psychic, which you're going to want to be a part of. Polly Miller, Polly, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Just so you all know, I'm looking at you here. So I'm outside tonight. So you might hear birds, you might hear chirping, you might hear things of that nature. It's because I'm actually outside. It's so beautiful here in Cornwall tonight that I'm literally outside. So actually, some of my neighbours might walk past and go, "Hey, Paul," if they do, and I go, "Hey, um, forgive me." And you might hear this every now and again. I'll put the mic over so you can hear, because that's the little Zen Buddhist bells that we have here. I bought them for Johanna for her one of her gifts for her birthday, and they're beautiful. I use the chimes and the energy to break down negative energy and send it away. And every time the bells ring, everybody in our house smiles. So clearly doing something right. Dawn Hatham's joined. Dawn, hi darling, good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it, by the way. And if I'm looking down, guys, just so you just joined the show, I'm outside. I'm actually what's the not al dente? That's to bite al fresco. I'm al fresco tonight, so it's so beautiful here in Cornwall tonight. I thought I'll do the show on our balcony. Okay. I thought, it's such a beautiful night here. I'll do the show on the balcony, and I'm on the balcony of our house. In fact, what I might do just to show you is I might swing the camera. The camera is on back on the big sort of arm thing. Okay. Um, so I've got my mobile here so I can see what you guys are doing. And what I'll do is I might swing the camera around so you guys can see my balcony, and I'm outside. All right, so I might show you that in a moment. Let's have a look. Everybody saying hi to each other. That's such a lovely thing to see. That's one of the things that I love in our community, in the Paul Francis community. It's great to see you guys all chatting with each other. It actually it actually makes me feel good. It actually warms my heart to see that happening. Now, you know all about Reach Across Live. Reach Across Live is about doing reads, answering questions. A lot of people who used to come on to the show and go, "Oh, anything for me." they seem to have gone. All right. That's okay. Tell you what I need you to do. I want you guys to comment. Okay, comment below what you think of. I'd like to know what you think of Reach Across Live. I want you to. I want your feedback on the show. A lot of people send me emails after the show and messages after the show saying, "What a great show! Really enjoying it." But you know, put your comments below. Let's have a look and see what you guys are doing and tell us all about that. Um, Everybody, you guys are messaging, or sorry, making word about messaging about that you can hear the bells. I don't think I can reach around and take. I can't make them sound again. There we go. I can make them sound, but they are beautiful. They're handcrafted not Tibetan, Zen Buddhist. Yeah, they're Zen Buddhist because they've got this beautiful, like a Chinese coin that acts as the bell thing. Oh, it's gorgeous. They're beautiful. The sounds are just phenomenal. Julie Sharp says, I love the interaction. It's brilliant. Thank you so much. I really do need that feedback from you guys because I want to enhance the show, but I want to go away from what's not working for the show. So, and the only way I can find that out is getting feedback directly from you guys. Oh, maybe knock the headset out. All right, I'm too busy swinging my arms about. Let me just make sure that it's pushed up into the camera. There we go. Swinging my arms around like an ape. So let's have a look. I love the owl theme. It's a big right. Okay, let me just quickly tell you about owl. We have right. Let me just sort of. Is this the right time to tell you? Do you know what? There's never a wrong time. Owl is a signatory. OWL. Onward with life. That's what that stands for. Onward with life. Now it's the shall we say the catchphrase or the whole concept that we have for our business, our company. Our company is called the Quiet Corner. Now you guys are going to be involved with the Quiet Corner. All you guys all over the world. I created the Quiet Corner some time ago, and the Quiet Corner is designed and it's based on people who are going through the same ideals as each other, as other people. Now, for example, Johanna, she's going, she's battling cancer, as you guys know. So I thought, you know what? We're hearing about particular concepts that are helping other patients. There's scenarios that Johanna is going through that other patients don't know about. So I wanted to create a place where people could chat with each other. Now, one of the things that Johanna said to me some time back, she goes, babe, you're right by my side all the time. And I said, and that's where I should be. But sometimes I just need to talk to somebody else. She goes, because I know you'll only ever say what I want to hear and only ever say that you want for the best for me. I know that already, but sometimes it helps just to talk to somebody else. And I was sitting back thinking, didn't take that offense to that in any way, shape, or form, because I know what she's talking about. Because I too was a cancer patient, still am a cancer patient, and I wanted to talk to somebody who didn't know me, who I could give information to, and they could go, hey, well, listen, I happen to know about that, and so on and so forth. So the Quiet Corner is going to be a worldwide business. I'm actually going to have, I've already spoken to different surgeons who are going to do lectures on it. And they're going to do lectures about, for example, the head of oncology is one of the top oncologists in the UK and happens to be Johanna's doctor. And I said to him, listen, would you do a seminar on the Quiet Corner to help people who are really worried about cancers? And he said, yeah, I will. So I talked to different people and they all went, yep, we'll do that. So the whole idea is for a world community. That's the whole idea about it. A world community getting together. And the Quiet Corner is going to be a place for people to go to and chat to other people. A bit like all you wonderful, wonderful people here and right now. So you all chat to each other and you all got a similar or similarity in the fact that you all love the subject matter of what I do. Spiritual work, psychic and mediumship. You see, everybody has a common concept here that you all love this particular work. You love the ideals, you love the reads, and so on and so forth. So you talk to each other. There's no guards up. Oh, these guys going to think I'm nuts because I really, I like spiritual work. The idea is you've got a common goal. So I wanted to create something like where people who are frightened, scared, sad, down, whatever, can go to a place and sit and chat with other people in similar situations where they can say, well, hey, listen, I know where you are. I tried this. Give this a go. It really worked for me. And really, where this came from was a way, 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 way back, where I was watching Patch Adams, the movie Patch Adams, which is Robin Williams, and they were grilling him, and he said, "Well, every patient is a doctor, and every doctor is a patient." And I thought, "Wow, I know what I can do with that." Everybody on this planet, everybody in this room, everybody who's going to be watching this show later is going to experience grief. Every single person. Nobody won't experience grief. Everybody watching tonight, watching tomorrow, the day after, and so on and so forth, will experience loss in their lives. So why not have a place to go and sit with each other and say, hey, I've just lost my wife, my husband, my brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, so on and so forth. And others will go, hey, listen, I've just gone through that myself. Once you have a commonality, a situation where you can talk with each other, there's something about that that is better than sitting down with a professional grief therapist. I'm not saying you shouldn't sit in front of a professional grief therapist. Yeah, by all means, absolutely. But sometimes when you sit with somebody who's going through the same situation, there's a comfort there that no one else can bring. And that was one of the reasons I created the Quiet Corner. Johanna she's a massive advocate for it. She's got people in different parts of the world all going, yep, we're going to contribute to the Quiet Corner. We're going to make this happen. We hope to be able to do things for people. We hope to be able to say, like, for example, help in bringing medicines to people around the globe, bringing help to people around the globe. The ideas that we're going to do are huge. And this is where you guys are going to come into play. I want you there at the beginning. So let me just see what you guys have said. Oh, so the whole idea of the Quiet Corner is to have an emblem, something that says, as soon as you see it, you go, oh, it's a Quiet Corner. And owl came to me. One of the things that Johanna and I have always loved are owls. We've always loved owls. And I was meditating one night, and the words "onward with life" came to me, and I was like, "Onward with life, onward with life." Then I realized, oh my God, owl, OWL, onward with life. So I merged the two together. I got this beautiful little sort of embolism, or not an embolism, but symbolism, there's the word I was looking for, of an owl. And I put the word onward with life underneath it. And it just worked. And I went, that's it. That's it. That's the thing, the symbolism for the Quiet Corner. And Johanna loved it. So that's the whole idea where owl came from, onward with life. See, you hear me say at the end of every show, guys, communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life, so a medium never has to do it for you. And you always say, I always say, if you want to honor those who have crossed, then be the best you can be here and now, onward with life. And make your life count. Make your life so good that your friends and family and spirit will be so proud. That is the whole idea of OWL. Okay, so let me just see what you guys have got to say. Dawn says, I love the owl theme. I had a big barn owl come out and land on my fence 5 nights ago. Absolutely beautiful. Wow, what an experience. To me, the owl is strong, wise, and harmonized, and a beautiful animal to the channel. Thank you so very much for saying that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It's an amazing show. I learned so much from you, and your readings are so accurate. The interaction between us all is so fantastic. I never wanted to stop. Lynn, thank you so much for saying that. I'm going to ask you, Lynn, is it okay to talk about what we were discussing yesterday? I'll wait for you to come back to me on the chat line here before I do anything about that. I've been informed today that the cancer has again hit my family. It's now my son Mark's partner. I'm so sorry to hear that. And once again, what I can say is this: cancer today is beatable. It is beatable. Okay, so but let me just say this. Let me kick off the quiet corner by saying 50% of the cure for cancer is your attitude towards it. Okay, I know that because I had cancer, and my doctor sat down with me, an Asian doctor from China, and he said to me, "Okay, here's the way it works. Your cancer is very, very serious." And I remember in my head going, "Duh!" But he said, right. He said, "Do you want to be cured?" And once again, I was thinking, why are you asking stupid questions? And he was saying, because literally 50% of this is down to you. I know I can do my work, and I know what I'm going to do is going to, I'm going to do my best to cure you. But the other half of it is down to you. 50% of it's down to me, 50% of it's down to you. And I never forgot that. And I said that to Johanna when she was first diagnosed. I said, right, our attitude towards your your being cured is 50% of the work that needs to be done. I mean, it took a wee while to get that through to her, but hey, look what she's come through. Serious and multiple cancers of the brain, cancers of the shoulder, chest, abdomen, and groin, and we're still fighting strong. Okay, so Lynn, you can either choose to worry, which is natural, or you can choose to get up, dust off, and go, do you know what? I'm going to beat this. And trust me, that's the attitude. Dawn says something, my love. I'm going through the same thing with a loved one. Once again, the same information going out to you, Dawn. It really is. You can go down and you can wrap them in cotton wool, and you can wrap them in bubble wrap, and go, oh, or you can say, right, get your ass up. We're going to beat this. And you really, really have to. You really, really have to have that attitude. So it's all about that. So please keep on coming with your comments. I want to know what your feedback is. Let me know what you think about the show. It is vitally important. Put your comments below. I really love to read them, and let me know, if any changes at all. I look at them. I don't look at them and go, hey, it's my show, sort off. No. I look at what you would like to see, and I put that together with the idea that, okay, you know what, hey, let's work at this together and create a show that you guys love. Because if you're coming out to watch a show you love, it's not a chore. It's something you can't wait to get into next week. Roger's joined us. Hi, Roger. Good evening. Welcome to the show. We are here. I can't see. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. Actually, super fortunately, my show is outside. I'm al fresco tonight. I'm on the balcony of my house, and I'm sitting outside, and I'm watching your comments through my cell phone and enjoying it, I must say. You might hear the odd vehicle go past, which you probably just heard just now, and you might hear the odd neighbor going, hi, Paul, which is kind of cool. And like I did say to you guys as well, I will turn the camera around so you guys can see where I am from what I'm doing. I sit out here at nights, and I have the most perfect vantage point to be able to see the stars. I can see the moon and the stars at night. And some of the pictures that you've seen me take of the moon have been from this very balcony. So, like I said, I'll show that to you guys momentarily. Now, as you know, Reach Across Live is all about a connection, and the connection is based upon 50% of the work that I will do, equaled with 50% of your input. Now, your input I love in the forms of questions, so put your questions forward to me, and that will build up the energy, and I will be able to do. I'm already getting energy building up around me. Now, I have to say as well. Oh, there's the bells going because I just hit. Isn't that beautiful? I just whacked it. I've got a lead coming from my ear into the mic, into the camera. And every now and again I whack it because I'm used to hands free. So I'll whack the lead. So what I'm going to do, just so you guys, well, wait for you guys to come back and chat to me. If you've just joined us tonight, thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. Please, please, please make sure you like the show. It's really, really important. Hit that like button and share the show. Get the show out there with your friends and with your family, and especially your groups. Get the people to come and join us, okay? So please make your comments below on what you think about the show, what it does for you, if it gives you any kind of feedback, if it helps you in any way. Put your comments below. I really love to read them later on, okay? We are moving further and further away. As the weeks and months go on, we are moving further and further away from Facebook. And I've noticed the more we step back from Facebook, the less we're getting hacked, the less we're getting these people who jump on and say, oh, private message me. Never, ever, ever. Now, I know Roger gets them a lot because he does a lot more on Facebook than I do. But never, ever, ever react to any of those idiots, okay? Just block them straight away, report them and block them. Don't react to them, because if you click on their icon, you actually open a link to them and they can get in a back door and get to your private data information. I'm not sponsored by anybody particular at the moment. I am open to sponsorship, by the way, but I'm not sponsored to anybody at the minute. But I would suggest that you have some sort of security, internet security, so that you don't have these people who will literally try to rob you. Technically, they haven't got the stones to come up to your face and do it, so they'll try and do it behind your back. I love it when they ring me. They actually ring me sometimes, and I have to say, the majority of them have an Indian accent. And as soon as I hear that Indian accent, and I look at my phone, and my phone scans everything, and it goes potential scammer, and I go, good evening, PC McGann, and they go, sorry, who? I go, PC McGann, Cambourne Police. Oh, phone goes down. They put the phone down on me. As soon as I say, I just say, hang on a second, I'll just get my sergeant. You want to talk to them? And the phone goes down. So they think they're ringing a police station. Anyway, I'll do that now. I'll swing the camera around so you guys can see the balcony. I might have, I'll take the headset off, but otherwise I'll actually hang myself. So I'm going to swing it around so you guys can see. Give me a moment. Let me just reach around because the camera's on a big stand. Come on. But I can turn the camera around. Oh, right up close. Ah, here we go. Okay. Well, that was a lot more difficult than I thought. Wow, the stand and the camera is quite heavy. So I'm just going to do the headset, put it back in. Oof. That was quite heavy. I wasn't expecting it to be that heavy. Anyway, so there we go. Now you can see where I am. So I'm sitting on my balcony in one of these beautiful chairs, and the sky is just behind me. What a place to do a show like this. What a place. I am blessed. So I've noticed there's no more questions coming through. Is there any particular reason why I'm getting no more questions? Let's have a look. Some reason, since Roger came in, I've had no more comments. So let's have a look. All right. Don't know why that's doing that, actually. Kind of weird. I'll come out of there and I'll go back in again. Oh, there we go. So I just needed to revamp the show. So let's have a look. Roger was the last person I saw coming in. There we go. I've looked into the Frequency Healing Center in Glastonbury. They have a frequency healing pool. I never say no to anything. That's the best way get out there. The owl represents Athena. Sue Vinicum, welcome to the show, my darling. I think it's wonderful. When I lost my little girl, I longed to talk to someone who had been through the pain. Yes, the whole idea of creating the Quiet Corner is to have, me personally, I've lost two children. Two of my babies are in spirit. So, a lot of people, and rightly so, govern and comfort the mom, but the dad goes through it as well, and it's quite painful. And sometimes we tend to try to be too tough, and we should really say, do you know what, this is really hurting me too. It's kind of, sometimes we got to do it that way. Faye, good evening, Faye. My darling, welcome to the show. Hello, Paul. Hello, everybody. Sorry we missed your show on Monday. It's good to hear. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Your life goes on. If you can't get to a show, you can't get to a show. But thank you very much for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day today. I appreciate that very much. I love how we're all Facebook buddies now and we can all help each other. Yes, definitely. Roger and I were blown away by your incredibly accurate read for Roger. You are very welcome, and you always will be. That's the way it is. Lynn says, yes, it's fine. Love, it hit me hard today. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Alkaline, your diet 100% helps. Not really. It depends on the person, my babe. It depends on the person, Dawn. Nutrition is one of the things I studied at college. It depends on the person. An alkaline diet, you can have too much alkaline. You do need specific acids in your life. Anyway, it depends on the person. Okay. Trish Morley's joined us. Trish, good evening. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. James Chalice, all right there, Jamie boy. Good to see you, mate. I could do a better Scouser accent because I'm married to a Scouser. Julie Sharp says, I was blown away by Paul telling me about the knocking in my home. Roger told me the exact same. Amazing. Love the shows always. For years back in the coffee afternoons. Oh, wow, you go back that far. Oh, my gosh. I feel old. Thank you. Puffin says, good evening, Paul. Good evening. Puffins, and welcome to the show. Dawn says, I'm locked and loaded with love and light positivity bombs, sending them to all of these funny and positivity bombs. Boing. Please, folks, can we have some more likes? Yes, I definitely need the likes. I need the likes, and I need you to make sure that you subscribe to the show. If you haven't subscribed to the show, please do it now. Subscribe, hit the like button, and share the show. We need to get the subscriptions up over 1,000. We're well on our way. But I need to get them up over 1,000. I bet you know, Dawn says, I bet I know where you are. Oh, you bet you know where I am, dear? Oh, do you mean geographically? Don't tell anybody. I don't want people coming around my house. I hope you enjoyed that little swing view. I'm going to see it later on when I watch it back on the TV downstairs. Love and Healing Lynn, Cindy, welcome to the show. She finally made it. Cindy, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and be a part of my show. I genuinely really appreciate it. Sue says, did I miss your show on Monday? Well, if you didn't see it, you did. Okay? But don't worry. It was really rushed. I had been busy all day. I didn't even get a chance to set up the cameras. I did it straight from my little laptop that I work on. And in my personal opinion, it was crap. Okay, in my personal opinion. But then again, I strive. I don't like second best. I don't like near enough. It has to be absolutely. My mother brought me up to say, if you're going to do something, do it. If you're not going to do it, then don't do it. Either is good, but don't half do things. Okay, so in my opinion, it was half, kind of a half. Shall we call it a rehearsal? Let's call it a rehearsal, and we'll start again next Monday night at 9 p.m. How about that? So let's go for it. Let's have the very first Paul Francis Next Level Psychic on Monday night at 9 p.m. The very first. Last week was rehearsal. A dress rehearsal. Now, I've been on TV and I've been on stage and I've been in movies and we rehearse a lot. So, Carol says, Carol Horton, hi Paul, wanted to tell you thank you. Last time we spoke, you said I was moving again. And just after that, I moved. Sure enough. So there we are. So thank you. Hey, you're very, very welcome, and thank you very much for sharing. I really appreciate that. And the more that I get feedback, it helps. Roger, if you give Roger feedback, it helps. Sometimes the negative feedback is equally as good. Yes, positive feedback's fantastic. We need positive feedback. It helps us a lot. But sometimes, I don't like it. I don't like the way this goes, or I don't like the way that goes. We then can choose to say, that's a personal opinion. I like the way I do that, and we can continue on. Or I never thought of that. Oh wow, that's a good point. I'm going to look at that. So as much as yes, please bombard us with your feedback. Yes, please. But if you have points, you think this might help the show if you do this. Where I am definitely very open for that. Okay, I should never say go and do it to Roger, because that's Roger has his own way of doing his shows, and it's correct and spot on for Roger. And I do mine, and he wouldn't try and act like me, and I won't try and act like him because I can't do a Mexican accent. So on we go. Dress rehearsal last Monday, premiere happening up this Monday. That's it, Faye. Yeah, the premiere. The premiere is coming this Monday night, and I'll have all the damn cameras up this time. Carol Horton says, Paul, you are very accurate. Also with my son, do you see anything in his future? He's fighting so many battles, but he's winning. There you go. Do I see anything in his future? Okay, I need to... Okay, what I'm going to say this, Carol, is there is a lovely gentleman around you and your son at the moment. He stands to your right, which means that, to me, that would be a grandfather figure coming from your dad's side of the family. So there's a grandfather figure coming from your dad's side of the family. I'm getting the concept of footsteps here as well, Carol. So that means following in the footsteps of. That's what that means. So when I get the two footsteps, which I'm getting, one is that represents your son, and the other represents a person walking with him. Then I get the singular footsteps, and what that means to me is he's following in those footsteps. So don't be surprised if your son starts to do something that either his dad, your dad, or his grandfather was doing, or because there's something about following in the footsteps that I'm supposed to acknowledge. There's a Jason, Jace, Jesse, there's a J with an S or C in it, name to be acknowledged here. And they want me to talk about the number 8. So the eighth of a month is significant, or the 8th month of August is significant, okay? They want me to acknowledge that. They're telling me something, there's a big energy wave coming towards you in a positive way. Don't worry, it feels like it's kind of wash over you guys, and just take with it all the rest of the stuff you don't need anymore. Be prepared to let go. That's what that gotcha. Thank you so much. Be prepared to let go. Be prepared to let go of stuff that you've been clinging on to that really doesn't serve you anymore. Let go of the past. Let go of stuff that you just don't need. There's no point in cluttering up your home, or cluttering up your garage, or cluttering up your garden shed with stuff you're never going to use and you just don't need. It's time to let go. New start, new beginning, new ways. Okay, owl, onward with life. That symbol is really penetrating around me. Now, I'm supposed to tell you that they were trying to let you know they were around you with the little finch or the little bird, okay? They're telling me to talk about that. I'm seeing a little bird like hovering, but it's not like a hummingbird. It looks to me like a little finch or something of that nature, but they're telling me to tell you they're trying to let you know. Why am I hearing Back to the Future? I'm hearing, Back to the Future music in my head, and I'm seeing a DeLorean. Well, the DeLorean is my symbol for my dad, but I'm seeing Back to the Future for some reason here. Marty McFly, I'm seeing all of that Back to the Future thing going on. So I'm supposed to share that with you, Carol, for some particular reason. I've got a gentleman stepping in the background who's standing in a World War II uniform. Okay, not a modern day military uniform, a World War II uniform, wants to be acknowledged. Okay, the name Jim is being shouted in the background. Remember, when I hear names, it doesn't necessarily mean who they are. It means who they are, who's with them, or they want to say hi to here. So the name Jim is being significant here. There are two ladies going to come into your son's life. Two ladies. And one is going to actually point the way and sort of guide him and give him sort of focus to say, right, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to do this, you need to do that. And it's kind of going to open some doors for him as well. Now, life is going to get a little bit difficult in the fact that it's not being handed out to him. He has to go and get it. Okay, he has to get up and go and get it. But trust me, when he gets up and goes and gets it, it's going to be got. Okay, because I get July as being a washover of getting rid of the rest of the negativity, onward with the rest of the year. Hopefully that helps you out, my darling. I feel the energy is being pulled back. Oh, I've got this one lady and she's jumping over to the left hand side. So that's going to be mom's side of the family. There's a lady. She's only around about, I don't know, 4'8", 5'1". She's very short in stature, but she either nobody expected her to pass, or she passed without people didn't know until the day after. I don't know. By the way, you can hear a helicopter going past. That's our air ambulance. Okay, it's just flying past. So I did tell you I'm outside. So this lady's coming in, but I'm getting the feeling of that her crossing was either it wasn't known or she kept it to herself, or I don't know. But there's something about a surprise in relation to her crossing. But trust me, everything's tickety-boo and she's fine. But she wants to be acknowledged as being here. But she's very, very kind of short in stature. And the name, there's a strong E name, like Elaine, Eileen, Emily. There's a strong E name to be shouted out here as well, okay? They're pulling their energy back. Just know that they're sending their love to you. And thank you very much for being here tonight. Hopefully that helps you out. Cindy says, I'm intrigued on what your Mexican accent sounds like. Oh my God. I'd probably need to hear Roger talking to me so I could then emulate it. I could do it parrot fashion, as the old saying goes. And, but hey, I got your mama coming through to me right now. And she says, you need to get off your butt and do things. Get off your butt. Vamos, andale, andale. Hopefully that was good. Probably wasn't. Roger's probably going, oh my God, what was that? Then again, ask Roger to do an Irish accent. It goes straight to Scotland. Roger can't do a Mexican accent either. Right, let's get on. That's who we got coming under here. Everybody's laughing their heads off. That's good to see. Andale means forward. Andale, andale, andale. Ipa. What is Ipa? Ipa, andale. What does that mean? And I learned that from, there was a cartoon when I was a kid called Speedy Gonzales. Ipa, Ipa, andale, andale. Oh my God, I'm losing the whole. I'm losing the show. It's disappearing. Right, guys. Lynn's telling you all off. If you haven't hit the like button, bang, hit it now. Listen, I do want to share something with you guys because it has a. We're not doing this for the sorrow factor or the awe factor. It's more of a wake up factor is why we're going to do this. As you know, Lynn does a lot of work with me in the background, and she does a lot of promotional stuff and so on and so forth. And Lynn, she lives in a lovely community way up north. I literally live at the most southerly point of the UK as you could get, and Lynn lives way up the other side of the country. And she went out yesterday morning with her neighbours. And as you do with neighbours, you have a wee chat. Morning, how's everything going? Her neighbour collapsed and died in front of her like that. Boom, bang, end off. Good night. I'm off home. See you later. Trust me, that happened. Now, I mean, Lynn, it shocked her, which, well, duh, it's going to shock the life out of you if somebody collapsing in front of you, passing there and then. That's going to collapse. It's going to collapse your whole mind. It's going to collapse your whole energy. It's going to, it's not going to make your day any better. I can tell you that. But what it does is it kickstarts your mortality concept. Okay. Oh my God, is that going to happen to me? Is that going to make me? Am I going to do that? Is it going to? Am I next? That's the concept. What I said to Lynn, and I'm going to say to you guys right now, I am such a 100% believer in that when your time is up, it's up. Okay, you can be sitting in a beautiful chair with a view like this. I could be hanging upside down from an aeroplane, or I could be walking down the street. Literally, my dad, my beautiful dad, was walking down the street. I'll tell you how lucky the Irish. My dad was walking down the street. He had a huge coronary. Bang! There and then, stopped his heart. He fell forward and collapsed. Right in front of his shop, right in front of his shop, where his cardio nurse was in. His cardio nurse walked out the door and went, "Oh my God, that's my patient." She rolled him over and brought him back. But if there hadn't been anybody there, my dad would have passed. In fact, he actually did pass. He did. His heart stopped. He passed. And in the city of Armagh, hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of people all around the city, and he collapses outside the one shop that his cardio nurse is in. You could not write that. And she brought him back. So, but my point of the matter here is, Lynn went out to bring her trash bin out. Her friend was there. Her friend collapsed and died instantly. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, sometimes we have no clue about when we're going to go. Sometimes, usually, you're getting heads up for when we're going to go, and we do a thing called nesting. We start prepping. We're getting everything together about what before we leave. I don't know if her friend actually had been nesting. Only, research from her family will know that. But for the rest of us, it really is a wake-up call to say, call up your loved ones. If there are some cracked bridges, then repair them. Because the politics of this life is not worth the heartache of losing a loved one and not saying the proper goodbye. The politics of this life are not worth that. Okay? In fact, politics of this life are absolute total bollocks compared to the heartache that you'll carry in not being able to settle. And that's why I say communicate, appreciate, and validate everyone in your life, so a medium never has to do it for you. Roger says, wasn't his name, it was his nurse. The nurse was his angel. I wouldn't be surprised, Roger. I would not be surprised. Dawn Hatton says, when the impossible happens right in front of you, it makes everything possible. Make sure you realize the tightrope of life is very, very delicate. That's good words. I appreciate that. That's my mom, says Carol. I believe, and you have been spot on with everything. My son is living in the exact same life as my brother did, okay, which would have been, which I have spoke about in the past, and I do believe he is helping him. Well, there you go. So he is definitely following in the footsteps of, and trust me, the outcome is going to be positive. It's good, Carol. So relax, okay? You need to start enjoying the concept that you guys are over the worst. You're over the hump, okay? So what's coming is all good, alrighty? Everybody's saying sorry to Lynn, which I completely expected you guys to say. So this is what the whole idea of the Quiet Corner is all about. So when I say to you guys, look, I've been working on big things, and I can't really talk about it at the minute because we're getting it all together. I really did mean we've been working on big things. We have huge investors around the globe. And when the time is right, the company's now registered. It's actually registered in the company's house, and so on and so forth. But when the time is right to make the next 2 or 3 moves, we have companies about to stick millions of dollars into the Quiet Corner because the outcome is going to bring help to so many millions of people globally, and hopefully, fingers crossed, prayers, adoration to the Great Spirit. Maybe the global group will come together with the Quiet Corner, and we'll start getting rid of assholes who want to do war, like idiots who parade weapons up and down main streets, like that cretin Putin. If we get rid of people like that, warmongers, then the world will come together and we'll support each other. Okay, there's a massive change coming to this globe this year. I foreseen that last year, and it's going to come to the globe this year. I really, really, really think even our alien friends have had enough of being kept in the closet. They're just going to come down and go, Putin. Um, all of the warmongers around the globe. Every country that wants to get involved with war, they're just going to take them up and fire them off to Mars or something, which would be great. Okay, just have a look down here. I'm just going to have a look at this big screen here. Right, we're all on the same page. So I'm getting no questions. I need the questions to come. Where are we time wise? 8:20. Okay, we're all right for a bit of time yet. So keep the questions coming, and let's get things rolling along here. Everybody's sending their love to Lynn. Yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, having a shock like that, there's no way you can actually train for something like that. You just got to deal with it. I look like I'm hunched up, but I'm not. I'm not hunched up. Just feel like I'm hunched. Yeah. Pull my t-shirt down. Right. So a little bit about. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that and how things are going on that front. Now, Reach Across is progressing in its own. It's got its own sort of entity and energy and moving forward on its own way. When I sat with the people from Netflix, and they said, here we want to see what your designs are in the show, and they went, and they're Americans. And hey, what are you gonna call the show? And I went, Reach Across, and they were like, oh, hey, I like that, Reach Across, and that wonderful American enthusiasm, Oh yeah, man, I can see that reach across. Oh yeah, and I can hear them. I can see their movie minds all getting involved in it. So the concept of Reach Across is gaining its own momentum. However, I really, really need you to help me. There are over 11,000 people on just one of my pages on Facebook. 11,000 people. Alrighty. So if you're watching me on my Paul Francis Psychic Medium page, there are 11,000 of you on there, yet there's only 700 odd people subscribed to my YouTube channel. So please, please, please come off the Facebook pages, go across to YouTube and sign up for there. Alrighty. So get over there and let's push this up over the 1,000 so that YouTube is going to allow us to continue to progress from here. It's a much more stable platform. We don't get those people coming in with their BS, and they're literally trying to get your data. Please, I never, ever, ever allow people to advertise on my page. It doesn't happen. So if you're getting people advertising it, I haven't allowed it. Do not click on their links already. Carol says to me, don't think my messages have got through, not able to see most of the group comments. Well, I'm seeing yours. Let me have a look. James Chalice, Paul, what's the greatest thing about being a medium? What's the greatest thing about being a medium? What a great question. What's the greatest thing about being a medium? I would say the greatest thing about being a medium, Jimmy, is the the understanding, the understanding that this is not the end. Okay, this is the way I can describe the way I can describe. Um, James, I don't know if your granddad's in spirit, but I've got a gentleman who is two above you, which would be grandfather level. Okay, but he's doing this, which means you either look like him or you're acting like him. Okay, when I get a line going down my face with a finger like that, it means same as. So you're either looking like him or you're acting like him. But there's a grandfather figure who's just jumped in and he wants to be acknowledged around you at the minute. I'm getting a birthday and anniversary in and around this time to be acknowledged, okay? But let me get to your question. What's the great thing about it being a psychic medium? It really is the it's the kind of the spiritual proof that we carry on. It's one of the things that I feared all my life when I was a kid. Okay, and I'm going to share it with you. Yes, I was interacting with spirit from the ages of 5, but I didn't know I was interacting with spirit from the ages of 5. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, the people were there. I didn't go, oh my God, you're a ghost, you're a spirit, sort off. I just want to talk to my grandmother. They were there, and so I talked to them. You know, um, so all the way through my childhood, James, all the way through my early teens, I was frightened, silly of death. Okay, to this day, right now, I still have issues with being in a room with a person who's passed, even though I know what I do is real. Even though I know that, I still have issues about being in a room with someone who's crossed over. Okay, when I first went into the room where my dad was laid out and my mom, I had shivers. I my heart wanted me to run, literally run, get out, run. So it's weird that should be the case, but it doesn't matter. I think I would call that conditioning, because I was brought up very staunch Catholic. You know, if somebody dropped a bag of crisps in our house, we had to go and pray about it. You know, it was probably the conditioning of being an Irish Catholic. It probably did it, but the fear of death was massive within me. And you know, my grandparents, who were very, very religious, used to be saying to me, "Listen, you have to have faith. Faith is what this is all about. You have to have faith that you're going to go to heaven, the faith that you're going to go and sit at the right hand of the Lord. And the only way that you're going to do that is if you're on your knees and praying." And it didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me at all. You know, I mean, some of my fondest memories are standing in a field. Now, I'm going right back to the 60s, late 60s, early 70s here, and we're in our farm. All of the work in the fields was done by hand. Okay, but some I don't know, some 4 miles away, as a crow flies, the local village church, and the bell would ring, bong, and it would ring 3 times, and then everybody working in the fields would stop, clasp their hands together, and bow their heads and pray. Now, initially, I thought, what the hell are they doing? You know, but I realized that they were taking that moment to connect to God, to connect to what I refer to as the Great Spirit, to connect to their energies, connect to the love. And what a brilliant thing to do. What an amazing thing to do. You know, at this moment in time, I connect with, the Zen bells. When I hear those bells, it instantaneously links me in with the Great Spirit, with the love, with the strength. So it was I was experiencing that. But at the same point in time, I was so frightened about death. Now, when I first got introduced to mediumship, my fear came down. It didn't go. Oh, no, 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 no. It came down. And as the years went on, and I realized the more that I interacted with spirits and the more reads I was doing, the more connections I was making, and the more work I was doing, and the bigger I was getting, and the more famous I was becoming, and so on, all that malarkey, the fame and getting bigger wasn't the idea. That's not what I was interested in. What I was interested in was making more connections because I wanted to make more and more and more and more connections and make those connections work so that I could eliminate that fear for you guys. That's the best thing about being a medium. Being able to eliminate the fear and redirect the loss because you haven't lost them. They're just ahead of you. Okay. And as I was saying to Lynn yesterday, your friend hasn't died. Death doesn't exist. Your friend has just gone home. She's had enough. She's hooked it off home. She's gone. I've had enough. See you there. I'm out of here. And it's not to look at her from the loss factor, but maybe the lucky factor. I know that sounds weird, but hey, one of my parts of being a medium is bring comedy and lightheartedness into it. So I hope that answers your question. I do get this lovely gentleman around you. If anything at all, I would say it's a grandfather figure. I feel he was very hands-on, either engineering worker, but he worked with his hands, so it's either engineering or like building or carpentry. But it feels, James, that he worked with his hands. Okay, but he is telling me that you are acting like him. He's telling me to tell you that he's really, really proud. He's patting me on the shoulder. That's my symbol for saying pride. Okay, he's proud for that you've stepped up to the plate. And please, I don't know what this means to you, but I'm hearing my own laws. My own laws are: it's not my information. Don't decipher it. Just deliver it. And his basically the words are, I'm really, really proud for you, mate. You've stepped up to the plate. You've stepped up to the plate. That's what I'm getting already. It's kind of like, don't forget the old James already. The James, you're one of the most focused and motivated and talented people that I've ever known. Okay? I love being around you. I really, really do. I love being around you. You every time that I would appear at your venues and I would appear on your stages, you made me. It never felt like work. Thank you for that. It felt like I was visiting and I was being allowed to do what I love. And James, you made that happen. And thank you. And thank you for all of the many, many, many years that I know that you did in the background to make sure that I was appearing on all those stages. Thank you. Let's have a look. Righty. Hopefully that answers your question, James. Thank you so much, man. Chris James says, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, Chris, thank you. Never be sorry. The very fact that you've come in, the very fact that you take time out of your life, come on here and say hi to me, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. So, guys, listen, if you haven't already, please, please, please make sure you hit that like button. Okay, make sure you subscribe to the show and you hit the little notification bell icon and then share the show. Please, please, please. But please put your comments below. I love to hear what you think about the show. Any ideas you might want to see for the show, that'd be really, really cool. If you've got ideas, put them below. I'd really like to see them. Okay. Is there anything about... Oh, there's a good question, James. There's a counterpart to yours. Cindy says, is there anything that you don't like about being a medium? Is there anything I don't like about being a medium? Is there anything I don't... It's nothing that I don't like in myself, okay? It's not like, I don't like... I mean, when I first started to become a professional medium, I used to sit down with my kids and I used to say, hey, listen, guys, I'm moving further and further away from the music world and I'm getting more and more into this. And I used to say to them, look, is this okay? Are you guys okay with this? You know? Because the last thing I would want is for them to get bullied, on, them get bullied. Go, look, your dad's one of those idiots, he's a liar. Didn't want that. And my son used to say, man, no, that's cool that you do this. I really am. And there's actually videos where I'd be on stages and he was the runner in the show. So it's if there's anything at all, it was getting past the prejudice That's probably the only thing I didn't really like. And I got a lot of prejudice from people who call themselves men of the cloth. Men of the cloth, my arse. Okay? Because men of the cloth should never carry prejudice on them. That shouldn't be a part of what they do. It should never be in their psyche at any level. They should be there as support. If I'm bringing happiness, understanding, honesty, and bringing people back from a very, very negative place, then they should be supporting that, not trying to knock me back. Okay. That's about it, really, Cindy, I think. Wow, incredible, mate. Has the growth within your spiritual journey affected your Catholic beliefs? Yeah, they have, James. They have diluted some of the Catholicism. I call myself a kind of like, what's the right word? I came up with it. A reformed Catholic, I suppose. I kind of keep my Catholic roots, basically, but I've really brought in the teachings of Zen Buddhism, the Native American teachings, the Aboriginal teachings. I even listen to my wife on the odd occasion, who's Wiccan, and when I listen to Johanna talking about Wiccanism, I really, really believe my mother was Wiccan because she loved being there. And my grandfather, he taught me everything about the earth, and he referred to the earth as her. She will talk to you. She will tell you everything you need. He always said to her, if you listen to her, she'll talk to you. My grandfather, and he was a very staunch Catholic. So he, I think there's a mixture of everything in everything. Okay, I don't believe in a lot of the so-called rules of Catholicism anymore. Only because my logic brain gets in the way now. I'm very much spiritual, very, very spiritual, obviously, but I'm also very, very logical, okay, as well. So, like for example, in the Ten Commandments, it says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife." Really, because marriage didn't exist back then, you know. And back then, in 2,000 years ago, no English names were in that part of the world. You didn't have Paul, Michael, Peter, John, Simon, Patrick, and so, and they say, and then they go, "Oh yeah, but it was all changed for the Bible." And I go, "Well, that's your point. So you're printing mistruths. Just print honesty, okay? Print the realism, the honesty." So, but then you start moving into politics, and politics should never be involved with spiritualism. So I have understood that the root of spiritualism is the same root as Catholicism, is the same root as Zen Buddhists, as a lot of the root is self-love, but love of the earth and everything connected to the earth, which is love of the fellow human beings. The Buddhist teaching is have respect for the leaf on the tree. And when I first heard that, respect for, and then it was sort of brought to me in a way that without the leaf doesn't produce the oxygen. Without the oxygen, you don't exist. Have respect for the leaf on the tree. And I was thinking, oh my God, I want to know more. So when I studied Kung Fu, I studied really huge amount of that kind of teaching within. I was more interested in the training behind the Qi and the Zen and all of that than I was in the fighting element. I really became not interested in that. I was more interested in what we are, which is beings of light, and that energy can be helped. So it's just mind blowing. Anyway, let's go back to that. But thank you for your questions. I really, really appreciate them. Great questions, by the way. Carol says, "I hope your wife is doing better." My wife's a scouser. She's a fighter. James will tell you that. So, onwards from there. Righty. Where are we now? Dawn's having a chat with everybody. I love it when Dawn's having a chat with everybody. James says, "Wow, incredible, mate. Your growth within..." Yeah, I've answered that one. James, you're very, very welcome. As always, you'll always be in my mates category. Always will be. Well, Maria Sparcafiore is she's in the house. Maria, welcome to the show. Good to see you, darling. Hope you're well, and congratulations on your new member to your family. Well done. Um, Cindy says, Roger, I'm not a medium. I don't like the disrespect. Oh, disrespectful. Where did that come into play? I must have missed something. Disrespectful people. We're always going to get disrespectful people, because people who are disrespectful to mediums, to like, I mean, I'm okay. You know, James, myself, and Roger, we we get trained in a way that everybody else won't be. When you have people who become psychics and then they become mediums and they work in churches, they never, ever, ever, ever have to deal with hecklers. Okay, we're lucky because we grew up on the stage. Okay, and in on the stage we learned to deal with hecklers. Okay, it makes you tougher, but it makes you faster and wittier. Okay, um, so it's when you have disrespectful people, you're going to have that. But what I found in my Roger says that I've been a medium for 20 years. I've been a medium for 35 years, a professional medium for 35 years, and before that, many years before that, but I didn't know what the hell a medium was. I just happened to be linked and working with energy. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is you're going to have these disrespectful people, and in all of that experience, what I have found is this: the people who are disrespectful are the ones who are frightened the most. Okay, so it's dead easy to go back at them and go woof like that there, and go da, 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 like this. It's dead easy to do that, and I have done it on several occasions when there's people on. When I've been doing shows on stage and they're trying to belittle me, then I'm way better equipped to be able to shut them down. But the point of the matter here is, I have actually gone to people and said, it's not for me to convince you of what I do is real. Okay, it's for you to convince you of what I do is not real. And they went, well, what do you mean? I said, because I know what I do is real. Okay, if you don't believe in what I do, what's your basis on that disbelief? And then they go, well, you can't see them. Oh, okay, so you can see God. Oh no, you got to believe that He's there. And I go, hmm. So, so you don't believe in ghosts and spirits? Well, you got, and so I can eat away at their prejudice. I can do that. That's not really the point. But the point of the matter is quite simply this: it's not for me to convert them. I don't give a flying monkeys whether they believe in what I do or not. And that's the golden key. But disrespect tends to come from a place of fear. Okay. The ones who really hang on to that fear and really go hard after me, I say one thing. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to say, listen, I totally understand your belief system, and that's fine. But I'm going to say this one thing to you. And before leaving, and they go, yeah, what's that? I'm going to say, 3 minutes before you die, you're going to want to talk to me. Now take care of yourself. And I leave them. 3 minutes before you die, you're going to want to know that everything that I was doing was real. And off you go. Okay, let's have a look. Have you ever, Trish Morley says, have you ever witnessed your face change into a past person? Well, it happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time. In fact, you can actually see it happening. If you go onto my YouTube channel and you go to the shows where I was working, doing big shows in places called Pontins, you'll actually see my personality change. And that was Guy, one of my guides, Guy, comes forward and he becomes really quick. Like that, he's really sharp and he's really, and he starts speaking really quickly, and he's all comic. He's kind of like, Guy is kind of like, for all of the people in the UK will know this, Americans probably won't, but Guy is very like the Del Boy. He's kind of like a Del Boy. And he's like really quick and he's sharp like that. And you'll see me change into him and then come back out of him again. But actually he comes forward and works through me. So visually change, yes, I've done it through scrying. Yeah, I've done through scrying, and we will be doing scrying as part of the Next Level Psychic, by the way. So those shows are going to be fantastic. But yes, personality changes through spirit connection, definitely. Wow, let's have a look through. There's lots going on. If you're born with some sort of disability or birth defect, will that disability, birth defect, affect you in the afterlife system? No, it doesn't. Okay, it only affects the physical. It does not affect the spiritual. Okay, so any effects, like for example, a lot of the guys who go out to fight in wars and they come back with, missing limbs, whatever, missing arms, legs, sight, hearing, whatever the case may be. That is only the physical. When they cross over and go home, everything is returned to perfection. Everything. So whether it be mental illness or whether it be physical illness, doesn't matter. It stays with the physical. The machine is affected, not the spirit. The spirit returns to absolute perfection. So let's have a look. Dawn says so much wickedness and corruption in the purity in religion and impurities in religion. Then when we start talking about that, we're actually giving those energy. So let's not bother. One of the biggest corruptions for all religions is the finance concept. And you get these evangelists in America who are multimillionaires. Why? Because the God I know doesn't need money. Just see, Julie Evans says, people that live in our old home say they think they see my dad's spirit. That's right, cool. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to find that out. You should go talk to them a little bit more and ask them, is that the case? And see if you can get any footage. And if you're getting footage, oh, by the way, if you guys are getting footage, especially of spiritual connection, footage or photographs, then send them to me, because that is all a part of the Next Level Psychic. So I want to see them. I want to see the footage. I want to see the photographs. And I will be 100% honest. If I think you've just caught a piece of dust, I'll tell you you've just caught a bit of dust, and I'll tell you how it works. But I'll also tell you, listen, hey, I think you've got something here, and I'll go through it as to why. Right, let's go on down. Everybody's saying Dawn's hilarious. Yes, she is. She's funny, a real funny person. Okay, have I got to the bottom? If I haven't, Julie Evans says, why 3 minutes? It's nothing specific. It's just that 3 minutes before is enough time. You can live a lifetime inside of 3 minutes. Okay, and it was kind of brought to me in that way. I don't know why it was brought to me in that way, but it was. So I don't know where. I just saw something up here that. Right, I don't. I'm maybe missing out here, but anyway, if I haven't answered your question tonight, put it back to me right now. We've got about 10 minutes left, and I do have energies around me, so I want to bring them through. If you've got, if you want to speak to somebody, then let me know who you want me to talk to. Get them to message me. Alrighty, so if you've got any questions you want to put them to me now. Maria says, thank you. She's already a handful for her mummy and daddies, but they've got it handed. I don't know when mummy's going to do when daddy goes back to work on Monday because she's a wreck. Hey, that's called parenthood. There is no guidebook or no rule book about how to be a parent. You just got to get up and get on with it. That's what it's all about. So if I haven't answered any questions, please put them to me now before we call it a night. I identify as a donut, Got bored in the middle, age white. She's out for trolley. Is that Dawn? So, listen. where are we? Time. I've got about 10 minutes left. You got any questions? Put them to me now. I'm quite happy to do some sessions for you. I do have the name, I'm hearing the name Victor being shouted out here in the background. I don't know who it's is a Victor connection here in the room, but the name Victor Victoria is being shouted to me in the background. They tell me to talk about the 11th as being significant, so the 11th month of November is significant, or the 11th of a month is significant. But there's a Victor Victoria, Vicky, that kind of a name is being shouted in the background, and I've got a. They're coming to me. So one of you guys is not paying attention. They've been trying to get your attention, but you're not paying attention. Um, I'd love a message from my little sister if she comes through. Um, Warning, she loves to swear. That's fine. Just coming to the right medium. My dad always said to me, you can't trust a woman till she curses. My dad always taught me that. You cannot trust a woman till she curses. So the name Victor, Victoria, Vicky, Victoria, Victor, Vicky, that kind of a strong V name is being shouted. We're either connected to the month of November or the 11th of a month is significant, but that is being shouted to me in the background there, okay? So, Julie Sharp, absolutely. If I'm being pulled to you, I will definitely deliver. It's been 15 years since I spoke to my brother. Would love to know why, if you have a message for me. Well, I've done a reading for you, Karen. Give somebody else a chance. Come on. So there's somebody out there. Come on, guys. I need you to come back to me. The strong V name. Victor, Victoria, Vicky, that kind of a name. With the 11th being significant or the 11th month of November as being significant. Where are we time-wise? About 10 minutes, so let's go. Julie Sharp says, my little sister's birthday is in November. Right, okay, well, we're on the way. Where's the Victoria, Vicky? Where's that name coming from, Julie? Because you actually asked for the session, so I'm plugging in my ear because we got traffic just over the back over here. I hope it's not impacting on the show, but we got giant tractors going past. We're right in the middle of the country. Roger saying, great show today. Thank you very much, Roger. I really appreciate that. I really do. So, Jules, let's build on that. Where's the Victoria, Vicky, Victor? Where's that name coming in here to play? I really need to push on that. You've asked your sister as to be the comment. And, okay. My nephew's wife is Vicky, okay? We're on the right plane here. And if this is your sister, she keeps showing me a cherub holding like a harp and a wee pair of wings, as if to say, I don't curse, I'm an angel. I'm an angel. Like that. It was always you. It was you that used to get us into trouble, not her. Okay? It's important for you to know, Julie, that she didn't know she was leaving. She didn't know. It kind of feels to me like this. It's a jumble of information. Nobody knows what's going on. It's like, what? I'm doing this. What? What's going on? It feels to me like there's a jumble of information and a lot of misdirected information going on around her that she doesn't know about. So she didn't know. I feel that she didn't know what was going on. I'm getting a jumblation. Like she's not. People don't know what's going on. In the crossing here. She has met up with either the aunt with the same name, whatever that means, the aunt with the same name. So either she's got an aunt, or you guys have got an aunt in spirit with the same name as her or as you. I don't know, but she's met up with the person with the same name. That's acknowledged. But she's telling me to tell you that a tipple is okay. A tipple. Now, Julie, I don't know why I'm supposed to but there's a character here in a great TV show called Mrs. Bouquet, but she's kind of pointing at you going, Mrs. Bouquet, Mrs. Bouquet. And she's telling me to talk about daffodils as being significant. They're not a symbol for me other than Mother's Day, but daffodils is significant here. She's wanting me to talk about that. Yeah, she's always blamed. She would always blame me. Okay. And yes, you was confused, okay, because the information feels to me like it doesn't make sense. It's coming in and it's jumbled and it doesn't make sense. Um, she's shown me something that used to happen with my uncle Kieran, who was one of my people I really looked up to. In fact, you can actually see my uncle Kieran every Sunday if you want to see him. If you go onto the Armagh Cathedral live cam, you'll see my uncle. He actually hands out the, the Eucharist, etc. But the name is significant. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to share with you. But she claims that she was an angel and she didn't do anything wrong. Some people who've never known, some people who I've known said that they would let me know something about the other side as believers, but they haven't. Okay, well, the reaction to that is quite simply this, Jules. When we're here, we have a set of ideals and set of understandings and set of realities. When we cross over, changes completely. It changes completely. We hang up our coat of inhibitions and we look at that side as something completely different. Okay, I know because when I had my NDE and when I did go up, I no longer cared. I no longer cared. I didn't want to come back. I wasn't interested in coming back, which is not me because I live for my family. Okay. Julie Sharp says her Aunt Margaret. Oh my God, yes. I used that phrase. I use that phrase a lot. There you go. Then she's fine, Jules. She is fine, but she has trying to tell. She is saying to me that she tried to talk to you on a couple of occasions, and she's shown me like either a replica of a 1970s record player, or she wants me to recognize the 1970s record player. But she's trying to tell you words through a song. I'm not getting this song, but I'm seeing the emblem for our production company is called Two Doves Productions, and I'm seeing something like a dove that's supposed to be spoken about. I don't know what that is. No burrito. I don't know what that is. So, Christopher James says the doctor noticed a dark spot on the top right of my liver, and I'm about to have a PET scan of the liver. So, to see if cancer. Do you feel that the scan will appear cancer-free? Christopher, I don't do medical work. I don't do scans of that nature. If I get told something to be aware of, then that's the case. I do not like psychic mediums getting involved in medical cases. I don't like that because we're not trained doctors, and we should never, ever, 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 ever do diagnosis. Okay, ever. Okay, but you're doing the right thing. Is you're going to see your physician, you're going to see your doctors, and you're staying with professionals who will give you the right answers. Is this going to affect you? Yes, it's going to affect you, but it's not going to affect you in a physical way. It's going to affect you in a metaphysical way. It's if you do things right, which I think you're going to do. Okay, it's going to wake you up. It's kind of like picking you up and shaking you and going, right, okay, right, okay. Let's get on with life now. Let's make life happen. So I'm kind of get the feeling that's going to happen rather than be superimposed on a physical sense. Okay, it's going to be like a shaking up, wake up, get on with life. That's the feeling I'm getting. Alrighty, but never, ever, ever go to a psychic medium and never take diagnosis from a psychic medium. Ever. She was mom and dad's blue-eyed golden child. Trust me, she wasn't. Okay, you all were. You all were. Trust me. I know you all were. But she's trying to tell you that she's been trying to get there's a song and she's been trying to get the words across to you, but she's trying to tell you she's around you. Oh my God, I still have the retro record player in my bedroom. And I know her favorite music. Thank you so very much. There you go. You're more than welcome, my darling. Guys, let's have a look at the time. Oh wow, we've come to the end of the show. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Um, I've really enjoyed the show tonight. I really, really have, and I hope you have too. I really need your help. Okay, we have to get the numbers on the site up over 1,000. So please, please, please like the show. I need you to comment below what you want to do. If you want to see more things happening on Reach Across, then please, please, please make comments and let me see. And but make sure that you have subscribed to the show. Make sure you have clicked the little notification or little bell icon, and please invite your friends and family, especially those in your groups, to come and subscribe to the show. If you haven't already gone across and become a Patreon member, then do that as well, because that's where all the seminars are going to be held. All the seminars are going to be on Patreon. If you want to be a part of the seminars, then you need to get yourself across there. And for the price of a cup of coffee a week, 1 cup of coffee a week, you are going to be inundated with so many great things on my Patreon site. I hated when at the end of Paul's shows they come around and says, Maria, oh my darling, thank you so much. That kind of love is just brilliant. I really appreciate it. Such good news, such a good show tonight, Paul. Great energy on healing people. Thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate it. I'm really going to need your guys to help me out. So please, 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 please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you leave comments below on what you'd like to see on not only on here on Reach Across Live, but on Next Level Psychic as well. I will be back Monday night at 9 p.m. UK time. The reason why I put it back later to 9 p.m. UK time is to try and draw more of our brethren in from the United States and other parts of the world. Trish Morley says, the more I watch and interact with the show, the more I want to be here. It's fantastic. Trish, wow. Thank you. Thank you for those words. It's so fantastic. I can't wait to get back into my studio, because then I'm going to have a superb a studio manager like Roger has. I tell you what, eh? Like Roger's got it covered. He's got his beautiful wife and his beautiful daughter, and wow, they really, 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 really do the work. Anyway, it's lovely to see you guys all here tonight. Thank you so very, very much to the Garza family for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Always have, always will. Judy Sharp says, amazing show again. Thank you for your precious time. Bless your heart. You're very welcome. Remember, when I'm giving out reads to people in the audience tonight, the reads, yes, specifically to that person, but the message is for everybody. The root message, okay, from the friends and family of the people who have delivered message to tonight is, the root message is, hey, if I'm talking to her or him, then I am here. Therefore, when it comes to your time, you will be here as well. So stop worrying about death, stop worrying about dying, and get on with living. Make your life count. OWL, OWL, onward with life. Good night. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being a part of Reach Across Live. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. In between our shows, we have, of course, Faye, the lovely, beautiful Faye, and Roger. He has to be there, apparently. But you've got This Mug's for You tomorrow around, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Friday, Saturday around 4:30 our time, 10 a.m. I think it's Mountain Time. I'm not too sure, but put a wee note up below, Roger and Faye, about what time This Mug's for You is on. Make sure you guys go and support those guys. But I really, really need your help. Maybe Roger and Faye will tell everybody on the show to get across to my show and subscribe. I need to push this up. Look at the messages tonight. Faye, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Great energy. Lots of love and light coming from you guys. I will see you all. I might see you this Saturday on Roger Faye show. Depends on what's going on, but I can't remember what's on this Saturday. But last week was obviously Johanna's birthday, and obviously I was busy with that. But I will come and see you all very, very soon. And if I don't see you before this weekend, I'll see you all on Monday night at 9 p.m. There you go, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. This mug's for you with Faye and him. I forgot his name. Um, oh yeah, Roger. Him. He's got to be there apparently. And Maria, of course, the beautiful Maria as well. See, he's got two precious ladies each side of him, and he still manages to get away with it. Roger, always. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until I see you soon, good night, God bless. Look out for each other, communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. And remember, take time out every day just for you. Take time out, switch off your phones, switch off your cell phones, and just relax. Take time out every day just for you. See you all soon. Good night. God bless.